when this future energy shows up, and this isn't too far into the future too, judgment time is here, judgment's here, the wait's over. And I feel like it's going to be happening for you in the month of April. So start getting prepared now. That's why this message is coming up now. And this is showing up after the Leo full moon. And I feel like timing is of the essence with this reading. So this reading, if you see this during March, end of February, beginning of March 2025, that is because you're a collective that I'm trying to connect to get this message to now. And this is because things are about to shift and change. Your resurrection, your coming back to life is about to begin. You've been doing the shadow work, but you've been doing the shadow work so much that you're now at the point of hurting yourself. And I had to be very, very clear on this, because when I'm like, wow, your shadow work is impressive. But with the shadow, you can't keep putting all the blame on yourself. What triggered this relationship breakdown in the past wasn't all you. What was the starting point of your insecurities? Because you started off this connection, you started off this relationship so hopeful, so optimistic, falling in love, the innocence that was there. You weren't taking in, this was fresh and brand new. The Page of Cups, that's not showing up in a new connection with a past relationship trauma. This is so new and so exciting, and you have so much faith and optimism in a future here with someone that's came in. And this someone was like a siren. They were magnetic. They pulled you in. You felt them. They felt, it was like there was no avoiding this connection with this person. It felt right time, right everything. And I feel like this is also too against the clock. This is somebody who showed up with such magnetism, and you to them, right when the clock was ticking, you were having those questions of the self, with the self, of viewing and observing people evolving in their lives, especially when it comes to family and romance, right? And sort of maybe competing with yourself, and where am I? I'm not at that stage, and this person shows up right at that time, right? Perfect. Only the cracks begin to show as you're building this trust and you're building this very strong foundation, and it's so hopeful and optimistic. This person starts to break cracks. Cracks begin to show. We had the Seven of Swords that was there in the Tower. I've put them back, haven't I? We had the Seven of Swords in the Tower that was there. Oh, here it is. And with the Three of Wands too. So it's like this person started to bring, you started to notice and become more aware of the patterns of dishonesty, threes patterns, Three of Wands, the numerology of the patterns. So this is like somebody was very constructive within their dishonesty as well. They were able to build upon lies, upon lies, upon lies. You were in a connection with somebody who seemed perfect, who made you feel beautiful, recognized. I feel like you guys might have moved in quickly together, or you had a connection where things moved very quickly. This is a celebratory energy. You were felt on a pedestal by this person, and they really put it up. They amped up the volume. This is love. This is true love. This is my person. And then their power started to show up. Their dominance started to show up. And no matter what you said, how you went about it, how you approached certain scenarios. And a lot of it was because of the patterns that you'd pick up with the dishonesty. It was confusing. You start asking questions. They're telling you you're insecure and paranoid. And you've heard that language over and over again over the term of your relationship. So now, at the end of this relationship, you've been doing all the shadow work because you still love this person. They love bombed you so well. The pedestal they had you on. This person, when that was the energy of the connection, I've done it, I've made it, I feel as though this is exactly who I'm meant to be with at this time. It was, that would have broke me too. That would have broken my heart. I like just with that crack showing up in such what was believed to be such a strong foundation. That would have. Now, what you need to know is though, that wasn't about you and coming into alignment of looking in the mirror and being all self-deprecating, looking at the self and sort of saying, I was wrong here. I am paranoid. I was insecure. You've gone through, you've done the shadow work, but the shadow work has gotten to the point where you're being far too hard on yourself. This person was dishonest. They were repetitive. You saw the patterns, but it's hard to believe the patterns, and it's hard to believe the dishonesty because of the way they were able to celebrate you and put you on that pedestal as well. How they made you feel. Okay, this person is a very good actor, by the way. Man or woman, they're a very good actor. They can do this not just with you, with other people. The chameleon. Now, Easy does it. Take it easy on yourself. More self-love, please. More self-appreciation. You did a lot here to bring this connection into balance and harmony. Crack 505, when the cracks started to appear, you forgave and you would bring harmony back. You'd forgave, but it was the ups and downs. It's like the lies continue. The patterns of the lies continue. The behaviors. It was all showing up. And you couldn't ignore it. And so you'd bring it up. And it doesn't matter how you went about bringing it up, the arguments, the disconnection. You have somebody who is more than worthy of the kind of love that you have to give. You've got a second coming, a second chance at living again, but there's a need to release grudges, right? Grudges of the past, what you've held on to from the past, let that go. It is not you. You were triggered into a sense of disbelief of the self. Your foundation of trust was broken. Yours. You were manipulated to believing that you were the problem. And yes, you're not perfect. But you were hopeful, you were optimistic, you were loving, and you were giving. And you were protecting yourself because they were confusing you. 555, changes are coming, changes for your highest good. It is, if you haven't let go of this belief system that you were entirely the problem, you must. Because when you do, when you release, when you let this go, it's like this whole rebirth is happening for you, a resurrection, a second chance. With the lovers, by the way, a divine counterpart, a divine union, somebody worthy of your love. Oh my God, go get it. Love you.